I met Dan through a referral from another real estate agent. That agent came and talked to me about what he could do for me, and it wasn't really creative enough for me at the time. And so Dan showed up one day, gave me a call, said, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you." Showed up on my door, and I just felt it instantly. I said, "This is an angel here." And we sat and talked for 30 minutes before about just in general about getting to know each other before we ever got into the deal about the house and what I needed and where I was with it and all that. My wife and I bought this house in 16, and prior to that she had fought off breast cancer for a couple of years and we got a clean bill of health, so we said, well, let's go get this house now and get it done. We'd been talking about getting the house for a couple of years. We were getting ready to sort of retire and get our life together and do some traveling. And a month into the house, the cancer came back to her lungs and migrated right to her brain. And of course, then you got 6 months when it hits your brain. So we were in the house 6 months and she passed away. Well, the passing away I never really recovered from. I was able to hang on for a little while, but then the debt of the house, something had to suffer. I had to maintain utilities and car payments, and insurances and food and all that stuff. So the thing that suffered was the house payment, and so I got behind. What I was looking for from Dan was to just get the foreclosure stopped so I could get a breath and get a little money out of the house and then move on. But I needed time to do that, and he offered me all that. And it worked out so well, and he was creative enough to figure out what I needed after talking to him for a few minutes to understand what my position was, where I was going with it. The process with Dan was very calming because he had a goal. He laid out a whole program for us to follow, and the timing just went very, very smoothly. He did exactly what he said he was going to do. He took care of things that we talked about. Nothing was forgotten or missed. It was all written down. You're very honest about it all. I felt very secure with him. I felt very calming with him, just knowing that he was going to be sort of my savior to get out of this mess that I sort of created, through no fault of my own, maybe a little bit, but it's 50-50 a lot of times. But I created some of it, I have to take blame for some of it. But I just knew that if I listened to him and met the timelines with him that he set up, that it was going to all come out, and it did. It came out perfectly. It's worked out so far very well, and I think the future for us, for me, is going to be positive. So.